Okay, it's beer o'clock out on the Real Ale Guide. Today's beer is a beer from the Allendale Brewing Company, and it's a bottle of their Tabal Real Traditional Stout, coming in at 4.5% ABV. Described as a rich black stout with aroma of coffee and chocolate, which in all fairness most stouts kind of do anyway. But that's me just being funny with you guys. Okay, let's get this beer into a glass. Plenty of fizz in this beer. Plenty of life. There's probably a couple of months, 2 months left on the sell by date of this beer. Indeed there is. And I just think it's marvellous that I was sent this beer something like kind of 5-6 months ago, and it's still raging with carbonation. It's a 2-finger head, it's off-white, it's creamy, plenty of carbonation as I say. It's dark, there's no light coming into this beer at all, it's pitch black. Saying that, if you can just see, there we go, in the middle of the glass there, hint of redness. It's just at the bottom of the glass you can see through the beer, but other than that it's completely black. Let's get our nose on the Tabal. Loads of like raisin, loads of kind of fig. I'm picking up fig. Pardon me. And chocolate and coffee. Let's give it a taste. It's very dry. There's kind of a big hit of flavour, which is the kind of the fig and the dark berry up front, and then there's a big lull in the middle where there's hardly anything at all, just a bit of fizz in your mouth, and then on the back end there's an onrush of just this really nice roasted coffee flavour, mixed with like a kind of a caramel flavour on the back. But it does fizz, it's a bit of a fizz on the tongue, this one. Yeah, it's quite figgy, it's like, it's raisin, fig, that sort of flavour, and then just as I just mentioned, a monumental rush of really nice coffee and caramel. I think that's why they've pointed this out on the back of the bottle, coffee and chocolate. I pick up more of a coffee and caramel, but it's why they're emphasising, they're putting it on the back of the bottle, because it is so prominent in this beer. I love my stouts, I love my porters. It took a long time for me to get into this style of beer, but as soon as it grabs you, it's like a cold. It never quite goes away. You always want, well, obviously you don't want a cold, but it's always there. You're always drinking a stout, you're always drinking a porter, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Right, more tasting. Start again. In all honesty, it's kind of figgy, fruity, dark fruits, and then chocolate and coffee. So other than them flavours, I think we can talk about mouthfeel. It's very drinkable for a stout. It's not a thick, clingy stout. It's nice and thin, very drinkable. It's not creamy, which, if I'm honest, if you think stout, if you think that kind of rich, clotted cream, creamy kind of, it's probably, for me, it's kind of beneficial that is there as a kind of a feature. It's kind of thick, it's nice, it's creamy, you kind of want that in a stout. But at the same time, if you wanted to drink this beer in the summer, no problem at all. It's 4.5%, it's nice and thin, you can cool it down, plenty of flavour. Yeah, great stuff. Okay, the Tar Bal celebrations occur every New Year's Eve in Allendale. The Geysers, in brackets, long established men of the village, carry burning barrels of tar on their heads before tossing them onto a great bonfire in the village centre. Crikey O'Reilly, I must go and visit Allendale on New Year's Eve. That sounds like a roaring party. Allendale Brewery, Northumberland, www.allendalebrewery.com. There you go, there's the website. Be sure to check them out. They got, for me, I've reviewed their whole range. And there's not one bad beer in their range. They're all very, very solid beers. And there's a couple of nice surprises in. For me, the Wolf is the outstanding beer from Allendale. It's a really nice kind of red ale. Yeah, it's just wonderful. That's my beer of choice from Allendale, but the rest are pretty good. I'm going to give a rating for the Tar Bal. Final thoughts then. It's really nice, but a little thin. I think if this was a kind of a nice kind of, maybe if they kind of turned this into like an oatmeal stout with the same flavours, it would be amazing. It would be just really sublime. But just because of the thinness of this beer, I'm just a little disappointed, so I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 for the Real Ale Guide. Check out Allendale Brewery, lovely little brewery up north. Check them out. Thanks for watching me. Put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe if you like. Cheers.